Good kill, good kill. Hey, good kill.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the F-22. As you can see, it is a very stormy day here today. Bit of a snowstorm. Going to be a challenge for us today to operate in this weather. In terms of disorientation and situational awareness, it will definitely be a challenge. Today we are fighting a Su-35. He has AWACS cover, and he also has an S-400 that's going to be helping him out. So we got quite a challenge ahead of us, I think, here today. As we slowly push into the combat area here, let me take a minute to just thank everybody who's subscribed to the channel so far. I appreciate you guys, especially all of you who've gone over to mini docs. You guys are the real MVPs. Now, in terms of the situation we're facing here today, you'll notice that I'm flying low. The reason for that is the S-400. It can see me, sort of. You know, the Russians have always talked about being able to see American stealth. So, you know, we're going to make the assumption that that's true and they really can see it. But to see stealth and to get a weapons grade solution on it, ability to, you know, shoot a missile at that thing that you see, are two different things. If I go up high, I make that a lot easier for the S-400, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay down here. I'm going to, you know, be low. He can fly high, the Su-35. If he wants to fly high, he can. I have some very primitive NATO SAM systems in the area, which should make life a little bit difficult for him. He's not completely, he doesn't have, you know, free reign, but, you know, I don't have Patriot systems or something like that. We're kind of making the assumption that we're operating outside of, you know, NATO's front lines. And I just kind of want to see what the F-22 is capable of in this kind of environment, you know, where it's up against the enemy that has better situational awareness because he has AWACS. An enemy who has pretty good missiles. He's firing the 77Ms, which are much better than the 77-1s that the Russian that you've seen in other videos, and also the fact that he has the S-400 to give him cover. You know, so also notice that it's flat terrain, so that's gonna provide some difficulties. I'm gonna have to find some sort of topography that I can hide behind, hopefully. He is painting me on radar. Well, he's looking in the right place. I don't know if he can see me or not, but my RWR says that he is looking in the right place. Whether that means he's getting returns on stealth is a different story. Like if his radar beam is hitting mine, is he actually seeing me? Is a different question, but he is looking in the right place. We got some mountains off to the left over there. That might be useful. Might have to put those to some use here, especially if we're going to be dodging S-400s. The flat terrain is not going to be good for that, so. The other nice thing about the F-22 is even if they do see you and they do shoot a missile at you, when that missile goes into terminal guidance and it wants to switch to its own radar, the stealth makes that a lot harder for that missile as well, for it to, you know, keep a lock on the F-22. So there are many benefits to the stealth of the F-22, and it really is what gives the F-22 its fangs, if we're being honest here. The ability to get close and shoot high probability of kill missiles at your bandits that maybe they can't see you, they can't return fire in that distance. You know, that's huge. Very, very huge advantage here. Okay, we are pushing in. That S-400 keeps trying to pick me up. You can hear that little beeping. Like, he's scanning this area. Look, listen to that. It's getting faster. He sees me. He's got me. We're going to start turning into those mountains. And hopefully we can get some cover. And that Su-35 is also pushing up here. I would imagine he's not flying high, or if he was, he's not anymore. Because those air defenses should have pushed him down. That's another thing, when you introduce air defenses to a fight like this, you put S-400s and other stuff into the fight. Generally the engagement altitudes drop a little bit, as you don't want to be too high when an S-400 shoots at you. You know, you don't want to be caught up there with your pants down. You won't be able to get away in time, essentially. In this weather condition too, this is definitely a challenge for me. Got to keep myself oriented. Look at this, we're being tracked again. No missiles being shot at me, but they are making an attempt to track me here. Look at this. It's the S-400 too. He's like seeing me for, you know, moments at a time, and then he's losing lock. But he's trying. You gotta give him some credit there. Look at that. Wow. Okay, we got these mountains off to the left side. Again, that's going to be important for me. I'm going to push over there. Generally, the F-22 is not going to be too dependent on topography. But in this kind of engagement where, you know, in every way I have a disadvantage, you know, like situational awareness, missiles, S-400s, all this stuff, I'm gonna use every advantage I can get my hands on, essentially. So we are now pushing a little bit closer to him now, and I am expecting to find that Su-35 on radar any minute now. And you'll notice here we've infiltrated pretty deep into what would be enemy territory. I have the Su-35 on radar here, got him locked at 16 miles, 15 miles, Fox 3, and we'll defend. That's interesting. That Su-35 actually got pretty close to me. The 15 miles, I was hoping to see him sooner than that. But that's okay. We're gonna go cold here. Remember, he is shooting R-77Ms, so we do want to be very careful. There it is. Listen to that. That's the R-77 probably. I've recommitted, trying to see if I can find him on radar, but no luck yet. Oh, okay. There's a missile. I'm actually gonna defend here just to be safe. Can't be too careful, but I think that last missile might have been close, but I can't be sure. I'm gonna go ahead and recommit here. I have him on radar here. He's flying at 3,000 feet. Got him locked at 15 miles. And he sees me as well. He's tracking me, Fox 3, and we'll defend. You can see how these BVR fights are kind of, you know, almost a chess game at times, as to who's recommitting and where you're recommitting from, and the altitude and the speed, and who gets locked first and who defends, you know. There's another missile. I'm going to start going towards those mountains, especially since I think we're actually getting kind of close to his S-400 site. And I feel like that thing keeps trying to track me, so I'm just going to slip behind some mountains here just to be safe. And you know what I might actually do from here is I might just set up camp in this little mountainous area and see if I can get him to come to me. Something's shooting at me. Fox 3, and we'll defend behind the mountains again. This part to me kind of feels like infantry combat again. You know, you just hide behind these mountains. It's like hiding behind a rock, you know. And I'm just going to sit here. I have cover here, so I'm just going to sit here and see if I can entice that Su-35 into pushing my position, because he's coming over flat terrain. So he's actually going to be super vulnerable. He might try it because he thinks he has S-400 cover. So he might try to do that, and I can catch him, you know, in the open, and I can shoot him with an AMRAAM. That'd be great. Terrain masking is one of the most surefire ways to make sure you don't get hit by missiles. At the end of the day, missiles can't go through mountains, and radar can't see you through mountains. So, very, very useful. Almost show-proof way to make sure you survive. Really, the way we play this at this point is going to be very, very important, and it's going to determine who wins this fight. I'm going to hide behind this mountain here, because something's trying to track me. So I've gotten a little brave here. I've come out from behind the mountain cover and I'm kind of pushing towards him. I'm hoping that he's going to see me way out here, and it'll entice him to come closer to me so I can hide behind the mountains and keep shooting at him. But I'm gonna, yeah, here he is, I got him on radar. We'll lock him up and we'll get a little bit closer. We're at 11 miles now and closing. We'll wait for 10. There it is, 10, Fox 3. That should give him something to worry about. Alright, and now we will bravely run back to our mountain cover. I think I've enticed him, if I can survive this missile launch, and if he survives mine, I think I've enticed him to come closer to me. And I'm going to go around this mountain and take cover from his missile, and then we'll come back around, hopefully. Come on, it's going to be tight here. I really need to use this mountain to beat any missiles that were shot at me now. I think he definitely shot one at me. So we'll go ahead and take cover here. Alright, we're recommitting now. And this is the one where I'm hoping I can get him. He's pushed up, look at this, he's real close now. He's 11 miles out. 10 miles, Fox 3, I'm gonna give him another one. Fox 3, that's 2. And let's defend here. And I'm gonna run back to my cover, and last I saw, oh, he fired at me too. Last I saw, he was nose hot, headed right at me, so those missiles should actually hit him. At least one of those missiles should smoke him right in the face, theoretically.